Jeff Beck had quite the touch. Part of what made his tone so uniquely him and so cool was the fact that he primarily relied on his fingers, particularly with somber lead lines. This tone of the fingers hitting the strings rather than a pick really, really shines through. So before we go over his tone, we're going to go over this idea of using, and he would oftentimes not use a pick at all, but I'm still holding my pick because it's comfortable. I'm using my middle finger, and I am just picking it like I would a pick. It's like an upstroke. And then I'm going to use bends to accentuate the sustain that I get out of the guitar. I might just pick it or pluck it once with my fingers. And then use a vibrato to carry it, because I'm not using a ton of gain. And then same with just my finger. Using a bend instead of that, there's this harmonic quality that happens when you play with your fingers and bend a lot. So then we're going to go full step, then another half step. Then end here. 12-9 to 12-8. So the whole line again. Once more. Understated, yet not underappreciated. This is one of my favorite tones. Jeff Beck would play a Les Paul, he'd play a Strat, he'd play a Telly. I thought the Telly really shined on this particular line. It's not very distorted. We've got a Vox AC top boost sort of amp with a moderate amount of gain, sort of standard controls, a little bit of reverb, and we've got a tube screamer. Imagine that. This combination, drive, the tube screamer and the Vox, is probably the smoothest out of between tube screamer and Marshall, tube screamer and Fender. They all have their own characteristics, as we've seen, their own bents. But this is definitely the smoothest. And you combine that with the Telly, you've got one creamy tone. As far as the guitar is concerned, nothing special. Everything's all the way up on the bridge pickup of a standard Telly setup. So have fun with this line. Have fun dialing in this sound. Again, very basic. If you've been following this pack and you've been dialing in sounds, there's not much to this one. The most unique thing about this is how we're using our fingers to dig into the tone instead of a pick.